So you want to slide in that girl's DMs on Instagram, don't you? Well, check this out. Messaging girls on Instagram isn't exactly about saying one magical pickup line that's instantly going to get them attracted to you. It goes way beyond that. It's way deeper. So that being said, man, stay tuned. Watch the video until the very end to get the most possible out of the video. What's going on, guys? My name is Assam from dopelifecoaching.com, and today I'm going to be talking about how to message girls on Instagram. Now, if it's your first time on the channel, man, and if you want consistent updates on similar content like this, do yourself a favor and hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so you don't miss a single thing in the future. All right, man, so back to the topic. So in my opinion and in my experience, there are two approaches to this. The first is if you are following the girl, and the second, if you're not following the girl on Instagram. So let's start with approach number one, if you are following this girl on Instagram. So the fact that you're asking how to message this girl on Instagram and slide in her DMs suggests that you probably don't really know this girl. And that's okay. But here's what I want you to do. Wait until she posts either a story or something that she just posts on her feed very recently. And you're gonna do one of two things. You either A, comment on the story, or B, send back the picture that she just uploaded and tell her something about it. Now, here's a very important point. Do not mention her looks. Don't comment on her looks or her body type. And also, if it's a picture with her on the beach, with her like half naked, I also recommend you not doing that because she's probably gonna know why you're doing it. So, that being said, let me give you a hypothetical example, something that never happened to me, but something that would actually intrigue me. Let's say I have a girl on Instagram that I'm following, and I've never really talked to her before. However, I saw that she posted on her story that she went to an escape room with a couple of her friends. That would personally intrigue me. So I might go ahead and say, that's awesome, where was this? And then wait for her response. She's gonna be like, oh, this was in this area, it was in that area. And then afterwards, oh, that's awesome. What else are you doing? How else was your weekend? What else do you like to do for fun? And then take it from there. If she is the receptive type and she's kind of giving you a good back and forth and asking you questions and giving you a bit more detail to her responses and responding with like emojis, laughing emojis, smile emojis, all those stuff, then she's probably at least receptive. Not necessarily interested, which she very well could be, but at least receptive. And what I want you to do after you see the receptivity is just engage in a healthy back and forth for about 10 messages for each person. I don't want you to sit there and count the messages, but I'm just saying roughly. Why? Because that allows you to build rapport before you go ahead and ask for the number or ask when she's free to talk on the phone or ask for a date. So that being said, I would personally recommend you start with watching the video on how to build rapport with a woman. I'll link it right here or right here somewhere. And once you know how to build the rapport with her, it will then be easy to ask for her number or to simply ask her out right then and there, or just ask her when she's free for a phone call. Either approach works. But after that healthy back and forth, you asked her what she does for fun. She asks you what you do for fun. You ask her where she's from. If she's from around the area, she asks you where you're from. You ask her what she does for a living. She asks the same. And then, oh my God, I know this person. I'm interested in this too. I'm interested in this type of music too. It's really not that difficult, guys. It's all about being natural and just building a connection with a person. You don't have to say a specific magical pickup line that I literally never recommend you do that because it's very mechanical. It's not natural. I said that like a million goddamn times in my videos. But anyways, that's the approach that works in my opinion, guys. At the end of the day, when you talk to a woman, you don't want to mention her looks or her body type until you guys have gotten at least a little bit close, because every other guy is doing that, and it's not just because of that. You want her to believe that it is a natural connection you are trying to build with her and a genuine interest, which you actually are, and that's not a lie. So that's why I recommend staying away from, complimenting her on her looks or her body. And also, guys, a thing that I forgot to mention, if you've already built rapport with this girl after watching the video on how to build rapport, and at the same time there's a healthy back and forth between you two, and then you ask for her number or ask when she's free for a phone call, and she either dodges the question or never suggests an alternative time, it's either A, she's not interested, or B, she's uncomfortable. Most likely she's not interested because if she's uncomfortable, she's going to continue talking to you and ask you questions with like emojis and detailed responses. Then you could go ahead and ask her the question again because she might be the shy type. But if she just totally dodges it and gives you one-word answers and no enthusiasm, no emojis, and it takes like forever for her to respond, just avoid her, bro, because she's probably really not that interested. Approach number two. Approaching or messaging a girl on Instagram that you do not even follow. Here's what you do. You obviously hit the follow button. That's the first thing, obviously, to get her to follow you and for you to follow her. And then when she approves it, here's what you need to do. You need to open with an opener that ignites curiosity and intrigue. You have to catch her attention, in other words. Because she doesn't know you, you have to kind of stand out for her to kind of, be receptive to getting to know you. So there is no right or wrong answer, but here's what works in my opinion. You don't have to do exactly this, but this is just my opinion. Tell her something along these lines. If it doesn't fit your personality, don't do it. But this is me personally, I recommend. Tell her, OMG, you look like trouble. Literally just that. OMG, you look like trouble. More than likely, that's going to get her curious. She's going to be like, what does this guy mean? Does he know me? Does he not know me? Either that or, heard you were trouble. Is this true? Then she's going to be like, who talked about me? What did they talk about? Oh my God, me, trouble? Is there something wrong with my reputation? And then once she responds like, what do you mean? Or do I know you? Then you go ahead and reveal that you were joking. You say, LMAO, I was just joking. How awesome is your day going? It's important to tell her LMAO or LOL because you want her to know that you're joking and you're not like in an interview just asking serious questions all the time. You could even put a laughing emoji in there. And then asking how awesome is your day going, that's very important because you're implying that you're a positive person, and at the same time, you're kind of taking that tension away from her assuming that something bad happened. Once she knows that you're joking, she will be receptive to the idea of talking to you. And then you take it from there. When she says, oh, my day has been really great, my day has been productive, my day has been stressful, whatever, you tell her about your day. Try to say something positive as much as possible. Don't lie, but be like, I went to the gym, it was productive, I got this done, I got that done, whatever. And then when you see a healthy back and forth, just like in tip number 1, if you watch the video on how to build rapport, a couple of messages back and forth, I recommend 10 each, and then you gauge her interest. Remember guys, fast responses with emojis and detailed answers indicate interest usually. And on the flip side, responses that take forever, one-word responses with no emojis or no enthusiasm indicate a lack of interest. It's not always true, but it's usually true. So that's what I would do when you're talking to a girl on Instagram. If she's just not really giving you that attention, just don't bother, man. But if she is, and when you build rapport, again, the same thing as approach number 1. Ask her when's a good time to talk on the phone, or just ask for her number, or you could ask her out right then and there. But I would recommend personally to ask her out after developing rapport, after a phone call or even a FaceTime call, if you're comfortable with that after the phone call. You don't want to just set a date right away. And again, although it can work, I don't recommend it. I recommend you build rapport first, because if you don't and she just agrees on a date, it's more likely that she will cancel on you the day of or like a half hour before because she's uncomfortable. And honestly, you really don't want to be dealing with something like that because you haven't built the proper connection with her at first. And again, just like approach number 1, do not comment on her looks or her body. Go to her profile. Actually, here's a very good pro tip. Go to her profile and like the pictures that have nothing to do with her looks or her body. Example, a picture of her at a museum, a picture of her doing a fun activity that doesn't outline her body or her looks, or maybe when she's covered, like she's doing some activity that requires her to cover her face, like wearing a helmet, something like that. Snowboarding, anything that stands out and is actually interesting to you. Not just to say this to capture her attention, but something that's actually interesting to you. And then send those back to her. And then tell her, where was this? This looks fun, whatever. Those allow a genuine connection to be built. If a genuine connection is not built, more than likely she's not going to grow attracted to you because she's not going to feel that level of emotional comfort. So that's about it, guys. How to message girls on Instagram or how to DM girls on Instagram. Just 2 approaches, very simple in my opinion. If you like the video, guys, make sure you show your support by hitting that thumbs up button. And also, as always, if you want consistent updates on similar content like this, do yourselves a favor and hit that subscribe button and also the bell icon so you don't miss a single thing in the future. Comment down in the comment section below for future videos or ideas that you'd like me to cover, and I'd be way more than happy to cover them. Go to my website, www.dopelifecoaching.com. We still have free consultations for first-timers, dudes, so make sure you don't miss out on that offer. So that's about it, guys. Messaging girls on Instagram is really not that big of a deal. You just choose the woman that you're interested in and genuinely develop a connection and build rapport. And after that, it really shouldn't be too hard, guys. You got this. Go out there, kill it on Instagram, and kill it in each of your lives, man. You got this. Peace.